Hello, my CSEA family and siblings, and welcome to What's the Word? Here I am today at Mission San Jose High School in Fremont, California, home of the Warriors, where I graduated in 1983, barely. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Here we are today. We're going to go in here, we're going to talk to the paraeducators, the salt of the earth, and we're going to deal with the fact of what's the word on, shelter in place versus in-person learning. So here we go. Let's go in and find out what's the word. Let's rock. Hello, my sisters and brothers, and welcome to Mission San Jose High School. And here I'm with Lindsay Cosper. And Lindsay, what is the word on the essential role of paraeducators as it pertains to students returning back to in-person learning?
Well, paras keep essentially the entire special ed department running. Without paras, a lot wouldn't get done. So in the shift of coming back from being at home and then to in-person learning, you notice some negative behaviors from students that you might not have noticed, and there's a way that's kind of handled in class that may not always be transferred at home. So when you come back in person, you notice a lot of new things that maybe weren't going on before, but it's really important to just have a really good team and communicate with each other. It can be really stressful some days. There's a few students who actually have shown a lot of improvement since even before COVID, and that time at home was really good for them. But the majority, it was a tough time for a lot of students and for everyone. It's definitely harder now than it was before.
With the passing of AB 86, it's going to put an influx of money into the system to hire paras or increase hours for paras. How do you feel about that? Do paras need more hours?
I'd say the working hours are fine, but I feel like sometimes it's more overworked because there's such a lack of paras. Mm-hmm. There needs to be a big hiring. A lot of people were laid off during COVID. Right. And now we come back and every classroom is shorthanded, like in the whole district. Right,
there's more work than paras, right?
Yes, 100%.
And if you had more paras, you would know that the students were getting the type of aid and assistance they needed to be. Yeah,
exactly. Because you can only be in so many places at a time, and when you're understaffed, you can't get everything done the way you wish you could.
Of course. And Lindsay, how long have you been doing the job?
I have been volunteering since I was in about 4th grade. My mom is a para at Glenmore Elementary, so I've been into it for years. I'm 21 now. I started right out of high school when I turned 18. I graduated from American. So I've been working officially for about 3 years. But I've been volunteering for over a decade.
Fabulous. Let's all give a big thanks to Lindsay for the job she does.
All right,
Fabulous. Thank you. Oh boy, I remember this stage. Let's see if we can go find somebody else to speak to. All right, here we are. We're here with Kabita Upadhyaya, a paraeducator here, itinerant, that travels around to all the different locations. So thank you for the job that you do. What's the word on being in the essential role as a paraeducator and returning back to in-person learning?
Paraeducator are the first phase that the student get when they get at school. Sometimes I feel they are the one who set up the tone for the day. And regarding the coming back after more than a year, almost 1.5 years, stay home and coming back to in person, what I've seen during stay home time, for some it's better situation at home because they don't have to interact with others. But there are some who lost some education, but coming back is definitely joy for me. But some students are having more problem because they were in comfort zone at home. They will hold their pillow and they were learning more. And coming back to class is harder because their other students' behavior affects their, it's kind of domino effect.
So with the increase of some influx of money that's going to come from Assembly Bill 86 that passed, it's going to put a lot of money into hiring paraeducators. Do you see that there's been paraeducators laid off and there's a definite need to increase paraeducators in the classroom?
Of course, there are, like when we started first this fall, there were a few classes where there's no paras. So we have been juggling, like as you said, I'm itinerant, I've been going around different classes. So definitely we need more para. And the other thing I have noticed is we may need more hours because we are there before our time to get the student from the bus,
right.
And we are there to sit by waiting for them, for
right.
parents to pick up or for the bus to pick up. Sometimes we have to work longer hours.
Right, you're the first person they see
and the last person you see.
Exactly.
So morally, emotionally, we care for them. We can't do that.
Right. So how long have you been doing the job?
15 years. It's been 15 years I've been doing it.
Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, when I was in this high school, I used to hang out at this library all the time here.
Hey Shane, you have a library book overdue from 1983.
Oh, no I don't. No I don't. Okay, here we are. Third para. All right, Aparna, what's the word on being an essential classified paraeducator and dealing with the fact that kids are returning back into in-person learning?
Being part of the Counseling Enrich program, classroom right behind you. It's been an interesting experience because we do deal with students that, deal with depression, anxiety, and so for their emotional and social learning and stability, it's actually been nice coming back. I do have to add in though, there have been pros and cons to that in terms of there's some students that were showing up on Zoom when we were in distant learning, but don't always show up to class while we're on campus. I do think that they were happy to see all of us, the teacher and all the staff in the classroom included. And they had indicated to us when we asked them online, would you prefer to go back, on campus, or would you like to be in distant learning? And they all said, oh, we would definitely prefer to go back.
So tell us a little bit about Aparna. Well, tell us, how long have you been doing the job?
So on this campus, about 15 years, maybe a little bit more, and in the same program, the Counseling Enrich program.
What have you seen in the last 15 years?
There's definitely more need for paras. We do not have enough paras on campus. Sometimes we get pulled out of our program to go help other programs because either a one-on-one didn't get a sub or there was a last-minute emergency. And so that affects our program if, we're pulled out to do other things, but it's essential for every classroom to be filled with way more paras than we have right now.
Exactly. But hopefully AB 86 money will come in and be able to increase hours and hire paraeducators, which is definitely the need in every district. And I just want to thank you for the job that you do every day. Blessings to you. Thank you. So that's a wrap, my sisters and brothers, on the learning loss opportunities that paraeducators have to deal with every single day. Let's hope that this AB 86 money comes through and they're going to increase hours and positions within every district here in the state of California. Remember, stay informed and stay safe, and I'll see you in the next What's the Word? Don't forget to make sure that you cast your ballot for the CalPERS election. Jose, Luis Pacheco, and David Miller.